Well, I think it's very rare to find such a strong clue to the authorship of a collection of jewellery of this sort. H. Wilson, Platt, Kent.
Yes.
Tell me, how do you come by these marvellous things?
Well, these two were presents, wedding presents for my mother and father in Tehran in 1912. And of course, my father was Henry Wilson's brother.
The first thing we've got to say about Henry Wilson is that he's the towering genius of the arts and crafts movement in more ways than to simply jewellery.
Yes.
I think we ought to just look at some of the sources of inspiration for these, because it's very bright colouring, very pre-Raphaelite colouring, something in a way that's rather at odds with English taste, because it's in the English medieval taste, which is very bright, vibrant colours. Here we have a brooch in the form of a Tudor rose, but also a rose for love. Some carved mother of pearl in what I think are later mounts. These are very beautiful.
They are later mounts. Yes, they're not Henry Wilson mounts.
No, they're very beautiful scenes and possibly emblematic of the seasons. There's a crowned head here, which may be the thorniness of winter. I think he was. The designs that I've seen shows that he's very interested in the transition of the seasons, and so
much so. He was a great philosopher, wasn't he?
Absolutely. So there we are, and a devotional jewel, Mary and the Christ Child, got a lot to do with his architectural work. The important thing about this one, and the reason that I've left it until last, is that it's got a rather noble origin, the design. It relates to a jewel in the form of a hat badge that was designed by Albrecht Dürer, and it's still the design exists in Germany, and he must have known about it from engravings. And he's completely obsessed with the idea of the stag and Diana and the moon, and this occurs over and over again, and they are her emblems. She is our goddess of the hunt, and he's borrowed this from Albrecht Dürer, who was not only a painter but also a goldsmith too. So he understood that, and it's rather a neat evolving of the style. I think it's a devastating group. I've seldom seen anything more exciting brought to me. It's one that I feel intensely interested in, and of course, the idea of valuing it is almost a heresy, and I think what we'll just do is run through it very quickly. I think, for instance, these have got to be worth £750 of anybody's money. I mean, one would be thrilled to find them. Say, £600 for such an object like this. £2,000 for this and more.
Yes.
Maybe £3,000. £5,000 for this one. It's terrible, isn't it? I can hardly get through, so I think poor old Wilson's ghost will never, ever forgive me. And £8,000 to £10,000 for this one.
Goodness me. I
Yeah.
had no idea. I'm not sure I wanted to know.
No, I know you didn't. And that's because you have Henry Wilson's blood in your veins.